He led troopers on a pretty extended pursuit through 275, 96, ending up here on 94 in Hagerty. As he came down Hagerty Road, troopers attempted two pit maneuvers or precision immobilization techniques to get the vehicle stopped. The driver was able to maintain control of his vehicle until right at the entrance point of Lower Huron Metro Park. At that time, troopers boxed the vehicle in. The driver exited the vehicle displaying a handgun. He ran into the wood line, displayed a shooting stance, and troopers engaged the individual. The suspect is currently at a local hospital. He was in very critical condition when he left the scene here. I'll probably give you updates as we go along once he gets to the hospital that I can figure out his status. The two troopers are no longer on the scene. They're at the post starting to render statements along with everybody else that was involved in this incident. That's pretty much where we are now. We're waiting for the K-9 unit, which just arrived, to go locate the scene, see if we find any shell casings, look for the suspect's weapon, things to that extent.
Did he fire shots?
We're not sure yet because we haven't gone into the actual scene itself because we want to leave that uncontaminated for the K-9.
Do you know where he was shot?
I know he was shot in the side.
Do you know who will be investigating this?
It will be us.
Okay.
What is this like to have a seatbelt violation end with something like this?
You know, probably in the last 6, 7, 8 months now, we've experienced a lot of people that are just fleeing the scene from law enforcement. We've seen them flee the scene from anything from a suspended license to a seatbelt violation to having a simple traffic warrant. I don't know if it's something to do with the current status of law enforcement and what we're getting along with, but we've seen quite a bit of that now, so it's not unusual for that.
Do you know if he has any outstanding warrants? Have you been able to get any information on that, his record?
We are currently, we got him right to the hospital, so we have a trooper that's with him now that will get his ID and we'll naturally investigate some of that. But I don't know if people are familiar with sovereign citizens. A lot of them believe that they're not required to identify themselves to law enforcement, or they're not really citizens of the United States. So we do see quite a bit of this as we kind of go along.
This is the second case of that sovereign citizen, right? Because you guys had that with the motorcyclist who drove through the accident scene on Friday during the day of Sergeant Stiles' funeral.
Yes, yep, that individual that was on that motorcycle also claims sovereign citizen status. That's something that we don't recognize. Naturally, if you're driving a motor vehicle in Michigan and you violate a portion of the motor vehicle code, we're going to pull you over. And again, this was a seatbelt violation that ended in something that it really didn't have to.
Any injuries to the troopers?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Any injuries to any of the troopers?
The two troopers that were involved in the shooting incident here were not injured. We had one trooper that was conducting the pit technique. He's currently in the hospital, broke his hand during the collision, probably is going to require surgery.
How fast